Well, my first question here, what are some of the steps to ensure the safety of these medications?
Well, the most important thing is to make sure that you get them all from a licensed pharmacy on a prescription.
Okay.
So it's very important, and I think it's critical that we all understand that even though you think that you could take a medication that was prescribed to a family member or a friend because you understand that you have the same problems that that person had, the medical problems that you have may preclude the safety of that medication. So you need to go see a physician, tell them the problem that you have, and then take the prescription that they give you and get it filled by a licensed pharmacy.
The pills I have in my medicine cabinet, do they have a shelf life?
Yeah, they all have a shelf life. All pills have a shelf life just like everything else. And many times the prescriptions that we get do have a expiration date printed on them.
Okay.
But it's still important that you just keep the medication for the illness that it was prescribed for. So say you have a headache or a neck injury at some point and a pain medication is prescribed for that event, and you happen to have not taken all of them, and they just happen to lie around in the medicine cabinet, and 6 months later you think about taking it for another indication, it may not be safe.
Okay. And you really want to get to a doctor before you take anything, right?
That's right. That's right. It's very important to get to a doctor, mainly because that doctor can then assess to see if the pain medication that he's thinking of giving will go along with your medical history. In other words, there may be some other medication that the cross-reactivity may make it unsafe, or some underlying medical problems that you may have that may also preclude the safety of that medication.
And now I know some people who actually cross the border. They go into Mexico to get some prescription medication. Not really a good idea, or?
I don't think it's a good idea, and generally the physicians in the United States and certainly the pharmaceutical industry does not feel that it's a good idea because they just don't have the same controls in place that we do.
Right.
Now, it's entirely likely that the same factory or production facility is supplying the medications in those two areas, but there's a whole supply chain involved. And when you have a pharmacy in the United States, that whole supply chain has been assessed.
Okay.
And the safety of that supply chain has been assessed to ensure the safety of the medication you're getting from the pharmacy.
And really quickly, best way to get rid of them?
Return it to the pharmacy.
Okay.
Do not flush them down the drain because then you're polluting our bays and rivers and estuaries.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dr. Vijay. And remember, Dr. Vijay is here Sunday to answer all of your medical questions. So if